He's sick, yeah.
Yeah, Ravel is
Ravel.
sick.
Dickerson,
Present.
Graham,
Present.
Okay, so we have a quorum, so we can meet. Okay, gentlemen, so the first order of business tonight is to, approve the minutes from a prior meeting. Have you all had an opportunity to review those?
Motion that we pass.
Okay, have a motion to accept from Mr. Hicks. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Mr. George. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Roll call. Holly, excuse me, Miss Holly, please, roll call.
Stewart,
Yes.
Hicks,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes.
Okay, so, I believe our first and only item of business tonight is that Mr. Stanley Stewart is requesting a special exception, of course, with the rewriting of our zoning, not rewriting, I guess, the cleaning up of, the terminology in our zoning. The special exception equates to our conditional use permit, which a conditional use permit will allow, in-home businesses within the residences. So Mr. Stewart is requesting, to operate an in-home business. And Mr. Stewart, are you present tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you please come to the podium? I do need to state that I am a Stewart also. I do not know Mr. Stewart, we are not related, so, if there is any familial, association, I'm unaware of it. So I will not be recusing myself tonight from any of the proceedings. Mr. Stewart, please state your name, your address, and tell us what you wanna do.
Well, good evening for the board. My name's Stanley Stewart. My address is 1411 Ponderosa Avenue, Albertville, Alabama. I'm the owner of S&J Arms LLC. I'm here today to respectfully request approval to operate a small appointment-only gunsmithing business at my property. I'd like to clearly explain the nature of my business and how it fits within the zoning requirements and the character of our neighborhood. This is a small, home-scale business focused strictly on firearm repair and maintenance and customization. There will be no ammunition manufacturing, no shooting or test firing on the premises. All test firing will be done at approved test firing range. My business will operate by appointment only. I anticipate maybe 2 to 3 customers per week, which will result in minimal traffic in the neighborhood comparable to other home businesses. My business hours will be 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, 8 to 2 on Saturday. There will be no late night operations or noise above normal neighborhood noise levels. Safety and security are extremely important to me for this kind of business. I will comply with all federal, state, and local laws, including holding of a federal firearm license as required. Premises has installed cameras looking at all parts of the property. All firearms will be stored in appropriate gun safes or trigger locks will be placed on the weapons. I will maintain required insurance coverage, follow all regulatory requirements. My goal is to operate quietly, professionally, and responsibly without altering the neighborhood and the character of the neighborhood. I'm committed to being a responsible neighbor and business owner. I'm fully prepared to comply with any reasonable conditions that this board may offer. Thank you.
Gentlemen, any questions? And also, approximately how many firearms will you have on hand at any time?
It'll just be, point only, you know, two to three customers a week, will be the most.
Okay, I guess I'm just asking, and I'm assuming, these items may include actual, firearms,
Yes,
silencers?
No.
No silencers, just firearms.
just firearms.
Okay,
I won't-
no
I'm
ammo.
not gonna do any kind of suppression or anything like that.
Okay, no ammo?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Ammo on the side is, my personal use.
Okay, and the firearms that are on site, they're, I mean, can you tell me anything about those? Do you typically order those for your potential customers or customer, and then they're shipped into you, the customer picks those up? Tell me about the process.
Well, when a customer brings me a firearm, then I'll do the appropriate repair and,
Okay,
also, I'm gonna offer delivering the firearm back to them as to keep the traffic down,
okay,
in the area. Of course, we've got a large driveway, so it's not a big issue as far as the traffic goes, but I'm gonna, do that for them if they would like.
so would you say the majority of your business is repair versus, new purchases?
Right.
Okay,
The ATF only requires just a few transactions a year, and that will be like online or for friends and relatives. I'm not gonna have a gun dealership or anything like that. I
okay.
don't wanna have to deal with that part of it.
Long guns and pistols.
Yes.
Any other questions? Okay, you may be seated. Are there any individuals who would like to speak in favor of Mr. Stewart's request?
I'm just the owner of the property, if there's a question.
No, not at all. Typically, we give an opportunity for whomever is present to speak in favor of, or if they would like to voice any opposition. So if there's anyone who would like to speak in support of Mr. Stewart, you may take the podium now. Let the record show there are none. And if there's anyone present who would like to, voice any opposition to Mr. Stewart's application, you may take the podium. Yes, sir. And I would ask, as you come to the podium, you would state your name, association in relationship to the property, please, sir.
My name is William Sellnow, Sellnow. I'm Executive Director of Christ Lutheran Church.
Okay, just one moment. Holly, were you able to get the?
Will you spell your last name?
Will
one
you
more
spell
time?
your last name one more time for Ms.
S-
Holly?
S like in Sam, ELLNOW, Sell Now.
Okay,
I'm not here to sell anything.
that's fine.
I'm here,
And
I
in
have,
relationship to the property, do you adjoin the property or?
we are across the street from the property.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And our question is, how is that area zoned? I was told our parsonage is in the city limits, but the church is not in the city limits. Is the 4 acres we own behind the church, is that in the city limits?
Okay.
Is the property behind us that is a business, is that zoned business?
Okay. And may I also ask you in reference to, you're asking about the zoning of the property that you're referencing, but may I ask what your question is in relationship to Mr. Stewart's request and the zoning of your property,
Well,
sir?
is this gonna continue down the block? Now that we've spot zoned one property, are we gonna then zone the next property if that's
Okay.
requested?
And may I, we do not zone, do you understand? There is nothing that we do that changes zoning. Within our zoning, or not our zoning, but within our, the whole reason for our board to exist is to allow, in-home businesses, per se. It doesn't change zoning, okay? And there are multiple, circumstances that are allowed within our residential neighborhoods, within our current zoning, that allow for individuals to have in-home businesses. And it could be anything from, someone who is doing baking, to childcare, to, sometimes it's an online business to where they are, facilitating the sale and the sale of goods or the receipt of goods, that type of thing. So this is not a zoning issue.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so, in reference to zoning, Mr. Thompson, do you wanna
It's an
address
R2.
that? It is an R2 zoning which allows for,
Yes.
special exceptions, conditional use, in-home businesses, okay?
Okay.
Does that answer?
What is the church zoned?
I haven't looked.
It's
at
county.
that. It's, the church is county, it's county.
So you,
County.
The
he's,
church is in the county.
so he's currently outside of the city limits of
Yeah.
Albertville, probably in the police jurisdiction?
He's in the
So our
police
4
Police
acres, our
jurisdiction.
4 acres then is also in the county.
And I
It's a
apologize without looking at that and having,
Okay.
you
And the
know,
parsonage
them-
is in the city limits?
Yes, we think so.
How did that happen?
I can't answer that.
Okay. Cause we bought that property, we bought just the parsonage, and that was in the county.
I understand. May I ask, do you have a concern, or do you
I
have?
wanna know our limitations on what we can build back there. If we
Okay,
can build apartments, if we can build a school, if we
okay,
can put in a cemetery, what
okay.
are our limitations?
Okay, and I appreciate your question, and I appreciate the fact that you need information. But in regard to, Mr. Stewart's
Yes.
request, that is a separate item. So, and I do believe those are things that we
Yes.
can.
He explained that the traffic is gonna be minimal, that's our
Yes, sir.
concern.
Yes, sir.
We have people doing donuts on our property, we have vandalism, we have
Yes, sir.
damage to our roads, we have damage to our parking lot from through traffic at all times.
And I'm sorry for that, and I do understand your concerns. Unfortunately for this board.
Yes, it's not, yes.
And that is not something that at this time, falls under.
We heard
under
what we
our-
wanted to hear, and
Okay,
we will give Mr. Stewart some business.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak?
David is our properties director.
Okay. Please state your name
Good to meet you, sir.
and.
David Lokey, Lokey.
K-E-Y, David Lokey. Okay, Mr. Lokey.
I've just got one question. I know the guy in the light blue shirt here, he walks his dogs on that property all the time, and my understanding, he was the owner and lives there.
Okay, just a moment, okay. In
So
ref-
who lives there?
Okay, in reference to Mr. Stewart's request.
Yes,
I need to keep everything in reference to Mr. Stewart.
I understand that, but I need to know who's actually living there.
I'm the owner.
You're the owner, you walk the dogs,
Married to him,
I'm her husband.
that's the brother.
And you live there.
And we all four live there,
We all
Live
live
there together.
you all four live there.
Right.
in that big house.
That's all I need to know.
Okay, see,
That's all I need to know.
Okay.
And like Bill said, after understanding what his business is gonna be, we're good.
okay,
But we did, our congregation is an older congregation,
we understand.
and you also know, first thing they're gonna think, drugs and everything else.
Yes.
And where does it stop, like Bill was saying, so keep us in mind when rulings are being made, especially over there.
Okay, and this is why we're here.
I
Okay,
understand.
But again, everything that is dealt with here
also.
And the powers of this board are limited.
Yeah.
We do not control zoning. We do not we do not control policing, okay, so.
I understand that, but also Whispering Pines has their own rules. Is that being taken into consideration?
Okay, that is totally separate from anything that this board is associated with.
Well, this house is in Whispering Pines.
Sir,
I mean-
okay, let me explain something to you, and this is totally separate from our
Okay.
board. There are many subdivisions who have recorded restrictions within those subdivisions. That is not regulated by the city, nor the state. It has to do with whomever is a part of
HOA.
an HOA, homeowners association, okay?
Yeah, I understand all that, but I've also had to put up with Dick Adams when he was alive because of Whispering Pines, so a lot of that's not working. So anyway,
And-
I understand what you're saying.
And I appreciate your comments, and I wish that we could assist you, but that is not within our board's dominion, okay?
Which board, can you tell me which board it goes to?
As far as HOAs, no, sir.
Y'all
Those
don't
are-
regulate whatsoever, so why is the Albertville person going around putting up signs saying you need to mow your yard, you need to do this, you need to do that?
Okay, sir.
That's ordinance.
And again.
That has nothing to do with y'all.
No, sir,
Okay.
that is not, we do not control that, that is not under this board's jurisdiction.
No, not on yours, but whose board is it, is what I'm asking.
Well, it's the ordinance, you didn't talk to the ordinance people, and that's all, I mean, that's all there is.
That is a
It falls underneath
separate-
him?
Ordinance people.
Yes.
I'm good, I'm good.
That's fine, and I apologize for not being able to assist you, but,
It just seemed like this would be the place to start.
No.
no, sir.
But it seems that way, but apparently it's not.
No, sir, it is
Okay.
not, but again, we appreciate your comments,
Okay.
we appreciate your concerns,
That's what we needed to know.
and if we could assist you, we would, but you're outside of our jurisdiction. And I have to keep, or when I say I, please forgive me, we, as a board, have to operate within our guidelines.
I would make an appointment to see Dawn,
See who's,
Dawn Smith,
okay,
and address it with her, and then she can get with the ordinance people. And that's how that would go.
okay,
Okay,
that works. I appreciate it.
thank you. Is there anyone else? Yes, ma'am,
I just have questions.
we hope you can answer.
Do I have to come up there?
Yes, ma'am, you do. State your name.
Okay, I'm Bonnie Callahan. I'd just like to ask Mr. Stewart, is it going to be in the home, or is it gonna be in a detached building?
Okay, Ms. Callahan, that was already answered.
Oh, it
earlier.
was? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am, it
I
was,
didn't
and
hear
I
it.
understand because we
Okay.
asked, because we had a picture of the property.
Oh, okay,
There was a building that is separate to the property.
right.
We asked Mr. Stewart if he was going to run his business out of that. He was told he could not. It will be inside the residence.
Okay, is there a determination of how much square footage is going to be dedicated to this business?
We did not ask that question.
Okay.
Okay.
I just didn't know with 4 people living in a home and,
Okay, at this point in time, we don't know the occupancy of the residence. We do know that the owners of the residence and Mr. Stewart, who occupies the residence, but I cannot tell you if 15 people live there or 3 or 4.
well, who made the application, Mr. Stewart or his
Mr.
own?
Stewart.
Is that the proper thing?
Yes,
It does-
yes,
I thought it
ma'am.
has to
If
be the
that
owner
is-
of the property.
If that is his legal residence, yes, ma'am,
Oh,
he
okay.
can make application.
That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to state anything in favor of or against? Okay, and I also need to, I just wanna state something briefly. Please understand, ladies and gentlemen, that a special exception, conditional use, in-home business, We may grant or deny these, but there are other governmental agencies that control the operations of these businesses. We, as a board, do not have jurisdiction over those, okay? So if it's ATF, the state of Alabama, you know, the US government, there are multiple things, DHR, whatever agency, comes into regulating in-home businesses, we do not control those. If and when we grant or deny, but if we do grant, a use, these individuals have to meet, they have to require their proper business licenses, and they have to comply with any state and any national, regulating agencies, okay? Just as a side note. Any other questions or comments, gentlemen? Okay, may we have roll call? We need, four for, to approve. If we do not have a majority, then it is denied. Ms. Holly, would you please do the roll call?
Stewart,
Yes.
Hicks,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Stewart, your permit has been granted. Applying for your business licenses, that is up to you. And then again, any other governmental agencies that you need to comply with, that is your responsibility to me. Otherwise, all of this is null and void, okay? May I have,
Make a motion to adjourn?
yes, thank you.